Good evening, and welcome to today's edition of Keeping It Real with Rammona. I have a wonderful person and a dear friend, Manika, here with me today. Hi, Manika.
Hi, Rammona.
How are you, Manika?
I am. It's like I'm super happy and feeling so good to see you and such a wonderful initiative that you've started. So wish you all the best for this. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And Manika, I'm really happy that you're here today. And I'm so proud of all the wonderful work you've been doing in the last so many years. And in particular, I think during the pandemic, you've really, done some incredible things. So I'm really excited to talk about some of those amazing things that you've done and, what you've been creating in terms of change on our planet. So thank you so much for being that amazing person that you are, Manika. So Manika is actually the founder of Rasoi On Wheels. I'm just going to briefly introduce the work that she does. So basically, Manika used to earlier be a HR consultant. Then, her life took a total turn and she's become what is known as a social worker. So Rasoi On Wheels is the NGO that she founded. And what she says is that perhaps it was, a calling and she was the chosen one. That's what she said in her own words. So that particular calling came in the form of Rasoi On Wheels Foundation that Manika founded. And so for 5 years, it was service. And then one day, they registered themselves as an NGO. So basically what they've done is from 50 meals to 1,500 meals each day, reaching out to anyone who's needy. Then during COVID, actually, they had to initially shut down operations. But I think Manika realized that there was just so much of despair and need out there that she felt that she was someone who had to step up and do something about what was going on. And incredibly, 11 lakh meals, ration kits, 2 lakh masks, safety kits, hygiene kits, all of these, were organized and shared with whoever required those. So what Manika says is, she calls people who've assisted and helped and contributed as COVID warriors. And she says it seems as if the whole universe was actually conspiring to work for a good cause.
Yes.
So Manika, that was just very briefly about you. I know, this conversation has happened in the past where, people have probably asked you what made you found Rasoi On Wheels. But, there may be some people who are watching the live now who might watch the replay and might not know too much about your organization. So I'd really love it if you could share a little bit about your journey, in terms of why you founded it. Manika, I think there's a technical issue. Unfortunately, right at the start, Manika seems to have frozen. So I'm going to have to ask her to either rejoin. Hopefully, she'll be able to rejoin us quickly. Manika, I can see you, but I can't hear you. You seem to have frozen. So would you be please willing to rejoin? I'm going to have to remove her from the live. And while we wait for her to rejoin us, I'll just spend, a few more minutes talking about, the work she does. I've actually been following her work on Instagram and on Facebook, of course. But I've known her in a personal capacity as well for many years. And I'm actually just amazed at how, she's creating so much change in the world. Manika, we still can't really hear you, or we can't actually see you as well. So I'm hoping that this issue gets sorted out. Hi, Gitanjali. Thank you for watching the live. I don't know what it is. Sometimes it's these technical issues that happen, and it's just really, really not fun. But sometimes that's the way it is, And though we're lucky that we have technology to keep us connected, sometimes it's just, causes a lot of issues. So I'm hoping Manika can join us quickly and we can get this conversation going. So, I think what they started out as, the idea behind Rasoi on Wheels was really to provide those meals to anyone that required them, For most of us, we don't know what hunger is, but there's so many people out there who don't have food. uh, some people don't even get one meal a day, so it is sometimes unimaginable that what is it that people experience when they're unable to actually feed themselves or their families or their children. And organizations like Manika's, Rasoi On Wheels is what is helping and changing the world. Hi Manika, there you are.
I'm so sorry. The Wi-Fi, I think something went wrong. Really sorry, Mona. All
No
right.
problem. So Manika, if you can just briefly tell us about your journey, why you founded Rasoi On Wheels, that would be awesome.
Okay. So I guess Rasoi was, the NGO was nowhere to be seen in the formation for the first
Uh-huh.
two for the first 2 or 3 years. I think it was just about knowing that we
Okay.
live in a world where we don't know what it is like outside. So when
Mm-hmm.
I started visiting the bastis and I started seeing that there is so much of a need, the need is actually
Yeah.
endless. So a dal chawal for us is dal chawal nahi khane hai. And a dal chawal there was like, oh my God, khana aaya hai. So
Yeah.
that entire thing was like, okay, so it kind of shakes you up when you see something like that. The world you belong to, the world we belong to, we don't see a scarcity of dal rice. That's the last thing we see. So I guess from
Yeah.
that journey of not having one meal a day is when I thought that why not? If we can give back, and if God has made us that much capable, then why not? So that's how
Yeah.
Rasoi on Wheels started. And like you said, from 50 meals to 1,500 meals.
Yeah. Incredible journey. So Manika, so do you have like a center or something where you run the NG out of? How does that work for you?
So, Ramona, we have a community service kitchen in Gurgaon. It's based out of
Okay.
MG Road. Our kitchen
Okay.
starts at 3 a.m. in the morning. And
Okay.
we have meals. They go out to the traffic signal children, so when you cross IIT, there's IIT, there's Bear Sarai, then there is Munirka, there is Essex Farms. So that entire belt of the traffic children signal, plus these are the children who beg on the signals. And
Yeah.
apparently, some of them do not get to eat at all. So this is for those children. And these meals just start going out. So the van is all over Delhi NCR just giving out food packs. So that's how the kitchen
Okay.
works.
Okay, so is there, so you're saying that basically the van is literally on the road. I know the name is Rasoi on Wheels, but you're saying that the van's literally on the road and whoever they find needs food, it's just distributed to them instantly. Is that how it works?
It's distributed instantly. If you call me and say, Manika, I see these, a clan of 50 here, and these are children who come to study, but they don't get food. Could you be able to help us? Yes, for sure. If they're ready to come and study, one time meal, we would love to help them and we would love to give it away. And you can be the connect in between the two of us. So we're just, you are actually the person who is willing, right? And we
Yeah.
connect you to the foodie, or vice versa. It we work as a team with our donors or sponsors or our friends. That's how it is.
Okay, wonderful. I mean, it's quite incredible that you actually have, I mean, the name is beautiful, Rasoi on Wheels, but to know that it's actually literally on the road, on the go, and just distributing these meals on the go is incredible. Of course, I've seen your work. I've seen some of the videos, and I've been following your work for the last few years,
Thank
and
you.
I'm just always amazed, because I think one thing that is very clear from some of the photographs or videos is, like you said, just that simple dal chawal, the smile that comes on an individual's or a child's face when that
A
food is given.
travel, a fruity makes them so happy. At times, I wonder that, okay, an ice cream. At times, we do ice cream drives where we give them like, we do like 3,000 ice creams. So
Okay.
every person, whether it's an old age, whether it's the cancer patients who are not supposed to have an ice cream, but wherever, however, so we have this drive where we do 3,000 ice creams, and you have to come and see that drive. Our children want a very different kind of ice creams, and they still would say, oh, the taste is not nice, I don't like this one. And here they are, I mean, a mango dude is like a delight for them. And when you see such things, Ramona, you learn to be thankful in life. Most of us are never thankful. We always complain, no matter how much God has given to us. You learn a lot of gratitude. And in my journey in the last 5 years, I've actually learned to be thankful for whatever I have, because now I've started feeling here they are, that's footpath and that's their house. Here we are living in, good houses, having the best of everything, and we still complain. So if God wasn't kind to us, this is what he would have done to us.
That's
So
true. I mean, I think gratitude is such an important, conversation, because it's not just when we're going out there and seeing how much lack there's in the world and how much people require simple things. We might have access to so much more, and yet we're full of complaints and unhappiness, and this is not good enough, that's not working out. So I mean, I think this conversation's gone to a very important aspect, which is there is with the whole pandemic lockdown, everything, things have been negative for a lot of people, and people have been depressed, people have been low. So I'd love for you, because I see that you're someone, with your graceful ways, you're spreading not only how should I put it? It's not just that meal that you're handing out to people. You're actually handing out hope. You're actually handing out
important.
faith. Faith that people should have faith that there's someone looking out for them. Help is available. So I want you to talk about that. Like with the negativity or the depression, all the things which may have gone wrong for people who otherwise have had a much more sort of privileged existence. What can one do to keep oneself going?
So I'll tell you what, Ramona, of course, COVID-19 has, it's been a crisis for a lot of people in its own way. And this is not just, the underprivileged section. It's
Yeah,
also, at times, people like us, our businesses have suffered. I mean, at the same time, it's also the middle class. It's sad, but, a couple of people who approached us in the last 2 months have said, could you please pay up for my kids' fees? The fees is not 500 a month. It would be about, say, 10,000 a month for two children. But they
yeah,
don't have that money now. They
yeah,
don't. So in a situation like that, of course they dip. It's natural. So we I've seen people जिनके जो फोन करते हैं कि प्लीज राशन दिलवा दो, सिर्फ दाल
yeah,
चावल और आटा दिलवा दीजिए, which is just what, 500 rupees. That's a ration kit that we were doing, and we managed to do about 11 lakh kits, which is
yeah,
amazing. I don't know how it happened. So at the same time, we see people asking for ration. So that's the underprivileged. The middle class has its own problems, and of course, the upper middle class have their own problems with their factories shutting down, the businesses going down. So it's
yeah,
affected everyone. And financial stress is, of course, it takes over you. It totally takes over you, and nothing works out when you are financially not okay, because
yeah,
emotionally you're not okay. You'll be like, okay, fine, I'm going to go out, have a cup of coffee. I mean, how we girls think, okay, hang out with friends, get hold of a lunch. But what when I don't have that money to get hold of a coffee or the lunch or even a basic ration in my house? So I dip.
yeah,
Now, how do you actually manage the dip? One, you have to handle yourself. Nobody can handle you. When it comes to the underprivileged, we've reached out, they've called us. And trust me, Ramona, I had a beautiful team of selfless volunteers working with Rasoi. They did not see day, they did not see night. And I'm so thankful that I had a team like that to assist me. Otherwise, it would not be possible. But so even if somebody, and they would call me and say, Manika, the family has a small child, 2 saal ka bacha hai. Can you give them a milk packet? And I was like, yeah, of course. I mean, if we have a budget of 700 per kid, and if it's going up to 800, unke paas dawaiyan nahi hai. Can we give them medicines? So that compassion of helping was always
yeah,
there, which was a very good thing. So that's somewhere who we could help. But now when it's the middle class, we don't want to ask anyone, because we've never done this. We've always earned it on our own. So
yeah,
there, I think there's a message for everyone out here, which is, you जब वो टाइम नहीं रहा तो ये भी नहीं रहेगा, और जब ये टाइम नहीं रहा, so then you're fine. You just have to be patient, and you
Yeah,
have to just keep going. Things are going to change, so you have to look down that there are people who are not even getting this, and I'm managing this, and raise yourself up. You have to have a hope, believe in God, believe that things are going to be okay, and they will be okay.
yeah,
So
that's
that's
true.
what
Yeah,
I think I've told everyone, that don't worry, sab theek ho jayega. And it does work. We have to sail through this time. All of us are going through a problem, not just one or two people. So it's about the whole world, not just about
that's true.
Delhi or India. It's the whole world. So we're all in this together. But we're going to come out of it eventually. You're going to see COVID-19, and once the economy picks up, will pick up really well. So
True.
I guess we just have to look forward to good times.
Yeah, true. So I have a comment here from Kamal Jean. She says, such compassionate act. You were just talking about compassion. More power to you, Manika.
Thank you
And,
so much, Kamal.
and Arjun says, wow, Manika, kudos to you. So I
Thank
think, Manika,
you.
I think it's very important what you said, that we've got to keep that positivity going, and
Yeah.
we've got to know that, but Manika, sometimes when you're in the middle of it, it just sounds like empty words. It's like those people, like, for example, if there are families out there that have children who are going to school and they're unable to pay, their fees. Sometimes, when they're told something like that, sometimes it's difficult for people to understand that. But I'm a firm believer that, we create our own life. So if that problem has come, there are ways to change it. I really believe in that. I've seen that, in my own life and in the lives of so many people,
So
you know.
yeah.
Sorry, Manika.
So Ramona, you've said it all. You know what I said. You just said it. You have your own light. You know how to get out of the darkness. And it's not that any of us, you've not had an easy. I mean, you've also gone through your own ups and downs, and you've managed it so well. I mean, and very gracefully, I must say.
Thank you so much. So Nikhil here says, also inspiring others through her acts. Yeah, that's very true, Nikhil. She is a big inspiration, Manika, to lots of people
Oh,
out there.
Nikhil is one of our volunteers, and Nikhil does amazing seva as well outside AIMS, and he would be feeding like thousands of people. Thank you, Nikhil.
How awesome. So tell me, those was it 1 lakh meals that got organized, or was it more than that?
It was actually 11 lakh people reached out, and
11 lakh people reached out.
1 lakh ration kits for families. So 1
Okay.
lakh families were covered. Yes.
Okay. So
And
11
we
lakh
all
meals and 1 lakh ration kits. So how did you organize that? I mean, those are very big numbers, Manika. How did you
oh,
organize it?
Rammona, I swear, I mean, I go blank when I have to think about how things. So, like I said, I mean, if I start to name, there are so many of them. We actually had we have a group called Together for a Cause, and
Okay.
we had a back end group saying Core TFC. So I had Sipra Narula, I had Sonali Kumar, Simi Sood, there was Reha, there was Amita. So these were people, my sister, we all joined in together, and these people were taking calls. I have a friend
Yeah.
Sudhakar who actually runs Ramona, I can't see you.
I can see you, but your voice is kind of again going in and out, Manika. I think there is again some issue on Manika's end, some technical issue. So I hope that the issue gets resolved quickly. Uh, Manika, would you like to rejoin? I mean, I'm really sorry that this is happening. Can you hear me now, Manika? Okay, looks like Manika can't hear me, and she seems to have frozen over. Unfortunately, uh, we've hit another technical issue. I'm going to try to get her to rejoin and see. Manika, can you hear now? Can you see me?
Yeah, I just sorry, it just went blank. I was there. I think
I
it's
don't know.
the connection problems at your end or my end. Okay, we have to learn to live
Yeah.
with
So
Wi-Fi as well. I guess. Yeah.
yeah.
So I
So
have this
we were
amazing. I'll
talking
come
about
back.
the volunteers.
Yes. So we had a backend team where, we were taking calls, we were forwarding it, and in a day we used to get about 300, 400 calls. So not just me, but all these
Wow.
people were working for 15 hours only on WhatsApp and on calls. And these were all selfless, lovely angels, is what I would like to call them, because they were not getting anything out of this. They were just sitting at home and trying to help people, and so if there was, so say there were these two orphan children who called us, and I just
Okay.
posted it in the group that there are these two orphan children. They don't even have a phone.
Yeah.
The neighbor have called for them
Yeah.
कि इनके पास कुछ भी नहीं है दीदी, can you help them? And
Yeah.
so I posted it on my WhatsApp team that guys, these two orphan children need help. They don't have parents and they don't have rations. So how we would do
Yeah.
it is that they go to the nearest ration shop, because again these were containment zones, and we pay them the money to the vendor for whatever ration they
Yeah.
buy. So that was the most convenient to do it for containment zone. And I asked one of my team members that, okay, fine, just go ahead and finish this. Now the children did not even know how to step out of the house because then they could not even step out. So apparently, one of our volunteers was actually like, okay, he bought the ration, gathered it all, and it was some gully in Sadik Nagar, which was a highly contained zone. Not thinking about corona, not thinking about what
Yeah.
virus is going to hit him, what's going to happen. He was right there with the two children and he delivered the ration. And more than that आपको अब कुछ कमी नहीं पड़ेगी. So this is the way everyone worked. I mean, it was amazing how the team worked, and I'm so thankful to all of them because it wouldn't have been possible without them. Whatever we did, 11 lakh is not a joke. Had these people not been working
No,
day
it's
in
a
and
big
day out,
number. Yeah.
it's a very big number now that we look back. Had these people not been there, it was not possible. And of course, our kitchen team, which is about 20 people, they were working day in and day out, 24 hours in the kitchen. They did not see their children and their families for almost 3 months because we did not allow them to step out of the kitchen. So they were staying
Wow.
there, making meals day in, day out. And that's how this was happening. So one place was ration and one place was cooked meals. And of course, there were other things, masks, sanitizers, there was hygiene kits. So there was a lot happening. If I have to go back and think, at times I go blank because I feel हुआ कैसे कभी कभी समझ भी नहीं आता कि हुआ कैसे, because there was so much that happened.
Yeah, yeah, that's absolutely incredible. Manika, I thought I'm just going to share some photographs, from your website. So
Oh,
just give me a minute here. I'm just going to share the
okay.
screen, and I just wanted to share some of the images from there. I thought it'll be really nice for people to actually see, some of the work on the ground. Let's see. Hopefully now, yeah. So I think this is all during COVID, right, Manika? Manika, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
So this is
The
probably
screen
all
is
during.
loading, I think.
It's still loading.
It's
Okay,
still loading, yeah.
hold on a second. Are the photos not
Yeah,
visible,
this is
Manika?
during COVID. This is not. Yeah, the photos are
Okay,
visible.
they are visible. Okay, so there's a video here. So there's
Yes,
some more here.
this is
Some of
all.
these photographs. These are the
This is
meals, I guess, that
all
were being
during
prepared.
COVID. Yeah, we were doing 20,000 meals in a day, and if one box had six chapatis, so just imagine it was like the team was actually working day in and day out, and everyone wanted, वो एक नहीं उठाते थे, वो कहते थे कि 5-6 दे दो, so that they are not worried about how their night would pass. And if you look at the lines were
Yeah.
huge. They were huge. Even after
Wow.
the lockdown ended, we used to have about 3,000, 4,000 people lined up. It was really sad to see the sight. And of course, then there were migrants. Now, the migrants is what I think shook all of us up with the condition that they were in. And the condition they were putting their families in, working 2,000 kilometers. And that's the time I actually eventually went out of my house. I was in my house for 40 days. But when I saw what was
Okay.
happening with the migrants is when I stepped out. And after that, डर लगता था because you're with 5,000, 6,000 people, and here there is COVID-19 when everyone's like in the houses and not getting out, and here we are like right in the middle of 5,000 people. You don't even know who has COVID and who doesn't. But at that point of time,
Yeah.
because the need was so much, that when you reach the spot, you would actually forget COVID, Ramona. Because I at times felt that
Yeah.
इनको और कुछ नहीं मार रहे हैं, इनको तो the situation and that's what's killing them. Is what I'll say, because when I saw all that, I said I was cribbing that I was home. There are people telling me क्या करें, we're getting bored, this that. But look at this. Here we are throwing biscuit packs at them कि गाड़ी में अगर और कुछ नहीं मिले तो बच्चों को बिस्किट खिला देना. So
Yeah.
lots that we saw, lots that we learned, and anyways, the pictures
So, do
you've
you want to
shown.
share some more incidents, that shook you up during that time? In particular with the migrant laborers, are there any specific, maybe one or two incidents that you can share with us since you were on the ground amongst them while most of us were at home?
So with the migrant labor, I remember the first time I stepped out, and firstly I was very shocked. There was a 3-month old in a balti, inside a balti.
Okay. Wow.
That's how they were carrying the child, and we were at the Faridabad toll road, and I said, "ये
Yeah.
भैया कहाँ जा रहे हो? किधर जा रहे हो?" They said, "यहाँ से
Hmm.
बिहार जाएंगे, 3 दिन से चलते हुए आ रहे हैं." And his
My
little
gosh.
3-year-old son could not walk. He was like
Oh.
that on his finger and literally like falling. And I said, "Bhaiya, suno, ruk jao, mat jao." So, he said, "Kya kare didi ruk kar?" I said, "Kyun?" They were basically mazdoors. I said, "Kyun?" They said, "हमारे पास ना हमें हमारे 1 महीना हमसे किराया नहीं लिया, उसके बाद हमें निकाल दिया, अब हमारे पास ना राशन है, ना खाने को है, ना पीने को है, एंड ऊपर से हमें नहीं पता हमें नौकरी मिलेगी नहीं, हम तो गाँव ही जाएँगे." Ramona, they were walking almost 1,200 to 1,500 kilometers with their families, with all that on their head.
Wow.
It was the most horrible sight one could see. I think I did not sleep for a week after that. There was just so much stress in your mind seeing all that you couldn't sleep. But these people wouldn't listen. I mean, they just wanted to go. They were sleeping on the road, their children sleeping in a line on their, not even suitcases. ये
Yeah.
अपने घर की जो कढ़ाइयाँ होती हैं उसी के अंदर अपना सामान डाल लेते हैं और अपने सर पे रख लेते हैं. So this
Wow.
was new. I mean, we again, I had not seen all this, and I never thought that a time like this is going to come. But again, there were people on scooters giving them water. So they were taking their scooters all the way down जहाँ तक ये migrants चल रहे थे, and everyone came forward. Lot of individuals came forward. COVID actually united India in some
Yeah.
way. जो जिस लेवल पे हेल्प कर सकता था सबने करी है. Everyone's come forward to help. Everyone's done their give back is what I can say, which was amazing. And migrants has somehow, I think these are things I will never be able to forget in my life, because it's
Yeah.
it's somewhere left an impression that in India the poverty line is way more than I ever thought.
Yeah. I
And
think
for these
these are
people,
these are things that change you. Uh,
yeah,
on every level.
they
When you
do.
witness something like that, it really changes you. Sorry, you were saying something. These people.
No, these people, they were embarrassed, Ramona. When we would offer them money, they were
Yeah.
embarrassed. They didn't want to take money because they felt very hurt that nothing was done for them to keep them back here. कि हमें बस
Yeah.
अंदर डाल दिया and हमें राशन नहीं मिला, हमें किसी ने पूछा नहीं, इसीलिए हम जा रहे हैं. And the children are crying, the mothers can't walk. It was a pathetic sight. I mean, I just wish that now if they come back, they could have been treated more with a little more humanity. So some
Yeah.
things that probably, okay, what happened happened. I feel we couldn't really reach out to them, and there was a little uh, what? Okay, forget it. It'll take me back to the that times, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I
So that's
didn't,
how
need to kind of take you back to that time, but I thought it was important for people to really know the ground reality of, what had been happening, and what were the ways that, people like you were reaching out and trying to help, people on the ground. So Manika, tell me, like, in terms of your work, like, who are the people who support you? Is it like, are there any organizations that are actually kind of contributing? Is it individual volunteers? That was one question. And other than that, I also wanted to say that I know your background's been in human resources, and I'm sure that there are many skills from, your work in the past that you've probably brought to Rasoi, and you've somehow integrated, those skills into your work. But tell me more about, how the ways one can help. Who are the people who actually help you, with Rasoi, with running Rasoi, the funds. I think that's important for the work that you're doing. And how can one reach
it.
out to you and help you?
So, Ramona, I always tell people it's your birthday, you're spending whatever amount on parties. Please go ahead, do it. Of course, you have it. Life is to have fun and enjoy as well. But at the same time, if there are 100 children in the basti, a meal costs you like 3,000 for 100 children, and go meet
Yeah,
them. Also, give them a treat. It could be a fruity with a kachori or a samosa or even a kadi chawal or a rajma chawal. It's a treat for them. Go treat them as well. Take your children along. Let them also see
yeah,
how it is, and that's how people support us. We also, I mean, during COVID we had a lot of csrs supporting us. It was amazing. We had helpage india, federal bank, eny. I mean, we couldn't have
okay,
managed 11 lakh meals alone. There was
yeah,
Kotak Mahindra, Muthoot Finance. So we definitely Coca-Cola India. So we had the best of companies coming forward and helping us, but that was only during COVID. Otherwise,
yeah,
Rasoi On Wheels is totally on individual donations, and uh, touch wood, by the grace of God, for the past 5 years we've had consistent donors. So
uh-huh,
if there were those three people donating with us 5 years back, I'm so privileged to still have those three people with us and supporting us all the time. So I guess
that's
that's
wonderful.
what we've I guess that's what we've earned. That's our earning. So earning in a way that people trust us. That okay, fine. If we give them something, it's going to reach the right place. I've never told anyone that you have to give us the funds.
Yeah,
And I'm sorry. What we do with it is you should not ask us. I've always tried to make it very very transparent. If there is a child who's sick and you'd like to, some people say, "हमें सिर्फ medical करना है."
yeah,
Please come. You're most welcome to help a sick child for dialysis. Please go to the hospital and pay up or buy the kit and go give it
yeah,
to the child yourself, or
yeah,
whoever needs it. Someone needs a wheelchair, please buy the wheelchair. Come with us, we'll tell you who needs it, give it from your hand. So it's actually so transparent that people then want to come back the next time and say, nahi, hame pata hai, aap kar denge. So you can take the funds and you can have this done. And that's how I think now we have a network of about 300, 400 volunteers, and if ever anything is needed, they sort it out amongst themselves. Normally at times I don't even need to get involved, which is the best part. वो खुद ही कर देते हैं, उसको ये जरूरत थी हमने कर दिया. I was like, that's amazing. So it's like, man, job. And I said, what else could I want? Somebody says, oh, this child needs books. Oh, I'll take care of his books for the next 1 year. Great. So that's how things happen now. Like I said, we run this group together for a cause. And it's
yeah.
amazing how people come forward in that group to help each other. So it's going brilliant.
Awesome.
We also have a COVID-19 isolation center, Rammona. So that's
Yeah.
basically, plasma, if you know, is quite a big issue
It is
these
a
days.
big issue. Yeah, it's a big issue, and it's difficult to get people to donate the plasma. So even people
Yes,
who've recovered are scared to go back to a hospital setting. Or now we
the
have
health,
a
yes,
plasma bank, but still people are scared, I think, to
yes. So
donate.
apparently, we, with the help of an RW and Scenic Farms and Rasoi On Wheels Foundation and London School of Economics also supported us. We started
Okay.
this small school. This is in protocol with the government, and
Okay.
we have 15 patients there, all underprivileged.
All right.
So their treatment was done free. all we asked them for was uh, be a plasma donor and save someone's life, and they pledged. So I think after that we had about 9 lives saved. So there were
That's
people calling
wonderful.
us back and saying that you've saved my family. Like that.
Yeah,
That's such a good feeling, because not everything can be measured in INR. There are some feelings which
yeah,
are priceless, and this feeling is priceless. Someone calling you and saying, you saved my family. What else could you want? I mean, the person's going to remember you all through his life, and the donors went there absolutely. They went, our donors went there thankful. I mean, they did not ask for anything. They said, हम बस यहाँ पर करने आए हैं because हमारे लिए भी किया है. So I think at times you just give back selflessly, and it's the most beautiful feeling. Why not? Why do we always have
yeah.
to expect कि हम कुछ करेंगे और हमें कुछ मिलेगा? Just do it the way you want. Just do it how you feel. I mean, for no reason. I mean, try it. It really works. It worked for me. I felt so good.
It's how beautiful. I love the way you said
So,
that,
like I say,
Manika. Manika, I think.
tell me.
Sorry, can you repeat what you said?
I said, I hope you're able to hear me, Ramona.
Yeah, yeah, I heard you. And there's a comment here from Zubi Singh. He says her kindness to love and share knows no limits. She has never said no to a child or a sick patient for anything. So I think he's put it out there, and I know that is very true. And what I
So,
was
you know
saying
what?
was, Manika, that yeah, sorry,
I can't hear you right now. I can hear you now. Yeah,
yeah,
sorry. So you know what? In
something of the
fact, when we had when we had when we had this COVID-19 going on, you know, so anyone who would call me and say, "Please, दीदी हमको राशन दे दीजिए, हमारे घर में बिल्कुल खाने को कुछ नहीं है," and I would be like, "अच्छा दे दो." Okay, and the person would again call
yeah,
me after 1 week taking ration for 15 days, and the my core team would do a back end check and say he just took ration a week back and अब वो फिर मांग रहा है. मैंने कहा, like, what is it? I said, listen, follow your heart, just listen to your heart. If you think he needs it, just give it. So at times they were like, don't tell her. If you tell her, she's going to say no. So at times, I used to be like, yeah, I can't say no. I mean, I feel that अगर कोई बात नहीं, अगर किसी का वो, अगर even if the person is uh, how much do I check if it's genuine or not? And I don't want to miss out on a genuine need thinking that it's not genuine. So of course I 90% I listen to my instinct, but
yeah,
mostly I follow my heart. Say, "Acha kar do." So whatever.
yeah.
That's why I think Zubi said that she never says no. I would never say no wherever there's a need, and that's for sure. You can try me anytime.
I think, Manika, you have such a pure heart, and I think your intent in everything that you do is so pure, and that's why you've been able to, get so many people connected to you. Keep your NGO going and do all the amazing that you've been doing, work you've been doing for so many years, and especially what you created with, the situation during COVID. I think a lot of it talks about, you as an individual. And I love the way you said that don't think so much about it. You want to do something, just do it, I think that is
So
just
just do it.
so important.
At times people coming to me and asking me such questions. ऐसे कर दे, हम कर पाएंगे, वो क्या करेगा? I said, आप इतना सोचो मत, आप बस कर दो and just feel good about it कि आपने कुछ अच्छा करा, and now go back home and have a good night's sleep. And if you've done good, it's gonna, so there's this universe, and you will hear it back from the universe. You don't need to hear it back from me or from, I mean, I believe in all this. I mean, I know that the universe would answer a couple of your questions, and your instinct will. You don't have to go to people asking for questions, and looking for answers. The answers are within you. The light is within you. The answers are within you, right? That's why Ramona is shining.
Absolutely. And you are shining your light in this world, Manika, with the amazing things you're doing. So again, coming back to it, anyone who's watching this or might watch this later, what's the easiest way? Of course, I've shared, details of your website and all of that. But maybe you can just tell us what is the best way for someone to contribute.
If
What is the easiest
yes,
way?
if anyone wants any assistance on how to go about things and what to do, we have an Instagram handle which is Rasoi On Wheels. We have an FB
Yeah,
page. We have website, so it's www.rasoyonwheels.in. And as a team, we are very, very open and we are very instant with anyone who needs help. In fact, if we get a message, our volunteers are so good that you will instantly hear back. You'll be like, oh my god. So it's like that. We have another number. It's 98185 84372. So anytime you can call us up and whatever help you need, it's not necessary. Of course, we primarily do meals, like everyday meals, leave the kitchen in the morning. But yes, if there is anywhere else that you need assistance, some people want to do something with an old age home, you want to do something with cancer kids, I will connect you to Zubi Singh. So he's also another person who does a lot of good work. So we'll connect you to such people who do good work. We're just we're just a medium, and you have the will. We connect you to the needy. So please get in touch with us, and trust me, after a while you'll feel that you've changed lives, and you will keep coming back because we genuinely want people to reach out and help people. If you have it all, God's given it to you, why not? थोड़ा सा देने से किसी की लाइफ बदल सकती है. हमारा कुछ नहीं जाएगा. It'll be just done for us, but we might just save someone's life. So keep that in mind a bit. Do it yourself. The need is endless.
yeah, I think you put that very beautifully. And one more thing I wanted to ask you, Manika, was that, obviously, the work that you've been doing, you've shared how, it's impacted you as well. But what have been some of the challenges and what's been the gratifying things, if you can talk about that? We're just going to be in this conversation for another few minutes. So if you can, share that, what have been the challenges?
Challenges, yes. Challenges at time was firstly when we started, it was funds. During COVID-19, it was funds. And apart from that, challenges was again to listen to your heart or to listen to your brain. Who's genuine and who's not genuine. That was a
Yeah,
very big challenge. The first was fund. Second was identifying the needs, genuine or not
yeah,
genuine. And third was to consistently stay on that path. At times, Ramona, when I went to, uh, you know, uh, something called Ames Ren Basera, and Pukhraj Zubi took me there, and
yeah,
you see people staying there for 10 rupees a day. You get shaken up. Okay, like you don't know what's happening, and that's not your world. So at times, I would think I don't want to come back here. I'm
yeah,
sorry, but I can't handle it. So
yeah,
now, and I said that the first time I went there, that I'm not going to come back here. I can't handle this. Four people sleeping on a chatai, staying together, and these are all cancer patients. Oh my God, this is something I can't
yeah,
see. But then
yeah,
I've been back. So I guess I had to actually tune up my mind that no, if I've taken a path, I'm going to follow it. If I've decided this, I'm going to go on it. And finding the time out, at times balancing your life at home and running an
yeah,
NGO and your business all together. At times, that's a challenge that I face. Being a mother, being a homemaker, being an entrepreneur, and a social worker. So it's four things all together, and I feel you can manage too well. So that's a challenge I face. Rest otherwise, I've been blessed. I'm totally blessed with my volunteers. They are like my core team, my selfless workers, my angels. It's like I pick up the phone and say that, listen, I'm getting stuck here, and they work like okay, there's a magic wand, and they're like, don't worry, it's done. We have people in Bihar right now doing flood
yeah,
relief work. Imagine they just took off that हम जा रहे
yeah,
हैं और हम वहाँ पर लोगों को खाना खिलाएंगे. So with water till here, they're helping people
yeah.
out. It's so amazing.
That's
And
incredible.
I guess challenges. That's it.
Yeah.
I should stay consistent. That's the biggest challenge, I guess, and go on with things.
Okay. Thank you so much, Manika, for being here today. And I just wanted to again say that, I'm so proud of all the work that you're doing. Please continue spreading your magic and
Ramona,
stay
thank
on the path.
you so much.
And I hope that a lot more people reach out to you, and
Continue
may
spreading the light. Continue spreading the light, Ramona.
sorry.
I'm saying continue spreading the light, Ramona.
Thank you, I will, Manika. And I was saying that, I hope a lot more people reach out to you, and Rasoi on Wheels grows even bigger, and, is able to help even more people. And more power to you, Manika. Thank you so much for everything that you're creating in the
Thank you,
world.
Ramona.
Thank you for being you and for being the change that our world requires
Ramona,
right now.
more power to you. Thanks, Ramona. Bye bye.
Lots of love. Take care. Bye bye. Bye.